Hi guys, what is going on? This is Cavestar here. With the release of Classic WoW or Vanilla WoW, whichever one you want to call it, coming up soon, I reckon they'll be telling us the release date at BlizzCon. So to go on a nostalgia time travel back through the years of World of Warcraft, I've downloaded a private realm. So what you have to do is you have to get the original World of Warcraft. I already had it, so it was fine. You then gotta install it to a different drive from your current one, just so you don't mess it up or anything. Then you gotta add a realm, a specific realm to it. So this one's called Vanilla Gaming, and you gotta create an account with them. But the first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna watch the release cinematic.
"4 years have passed since the mortal races banded together and stood united against the might of the Burning Legion. Though Azeroth was saved, the tenuous pact between the Horde and the Alliance has all but evaporated. The drums of war thunder once again.
And there we go. That was the original release cinematic for World of Warcraft. We're gonna log in now. Right, we're in. So let's create a character. Back in the original days, the paladins were only on the Alliance side, on the human and dwarves. On the Horde side, you had shamans. And you, of course, didn't have them in Alliance. They didn't come into the Alliance until the Burning Crusade with the Draenei. And I believe the Blood Elves brought in the Paladins. Every single race could be a warrior. And then you had a couple of Warlocks on each side, Orc and Undead, and Human and Gnome. Then the Druids were Night Elf and Tauren. And then you had a few Hunters going around as well. It's really difficult going to be to pick which class you want to be. In the original Naxxramas, you had the Unholy Ashbringer, which is what I want to get on a Paladin. You also, of course, had the Nemesis armor, which is again what I want to get on the Warlock. And you also had that really cool armor from, I think it was Blackwing Lair on the Paladins as well. Can't remember what that armor set's called though. So there's so much to choose from. Druids were primarily healers at max level. Warriors were really slow to level up, but they were like the best tanks. So it's all a bit difficult what you want to choose. I'm probably going to main the Warlock and a Paladin, but for this just a little trial, a little like see what we're going to be playing again, I'm going to go Hunter. Let's go Orc, let's go Hunter. What skin colour? Should get that. We're going to go bright green for an angry face, like that. Let's go with that hair. We'll go with that hairstyle. That looks good to me. Let's create him. Ooh, cinematic intro.
Long ago, the Orcish horde was corrupted by the Burning Legion and lured to the world of Azeroth. For generations, the Orcs made war upon the human kingdoms of Stormwind and Lordaeron. Though the horde was ultimately defeated, a visionary young war chief named Thrall rose to lead his people in their darkest hour. Under Thrall's rule, the Orcs freed themselves from the chains of demonic corruption and embraced their shamanistic heritage. After years of wandering, the Orcs founded their own kingdom in the harsh wastelands of Durotar. Based in the warrior city of Orgrimmar, they stand ready to destroy all who would challenge their supremacy. As a proud defender of Durotar, it is your duty to crush your enemies, both seen and unseen. For the nefarious agents of the Burning Legion still wander the land.
First thing you'll notice is that I have a axe on. So if anyone didn't play vanilla, I think, when was this taken out? Probably after Burning Crusade, I believe, is that you had a main weapon and you also had a ranged weapon. So you'd switch, so you'd start with range, and then as they got closer it would switch to the main weapon. You also had ammo, and there was loads of different types of ammo, with obviously being the more dangerous ammo, the higher damage ammo was the more expensive one. So you would always have to make sure you got your quiver, which increases range attack speed, and you make sure it's all loaded up with your ammo.
Be safe.
You also notice there's a skills tab. So you see axe is 6 and bows 1. As you level up, you can get your skills higher, and they were hugely important to level up as you did, because of if you were in a raid and you got a brand new weapon but you've never used it. So for instance, if your maces were max level and swords max level, but you got a brand new axe that was amazing and your axe was level like 1, it would constantly miss the targets. So it was hugely important to level your skills up alongside it. This was taken out after Wrath of Lich King, so there was no achievements originally in vanilla and vanilla in Burning Crusade, I say. In Wrath of Lich King, that's when they brought out achievements, and I've got the unarmed max level one. So it was for Cataclysm that they removed it. It's a shame because it was a really nice feature. But yeah, you could level up your defense, so you're less likely to be hit, and monsters are less likely to critical strike you. And just the other ones increase your chance of hitting them, basically. We also had a different honor tab, so you had all your honorable kills for today, yesterday, this week, last week, and your lifetime. When you clicked on a player, is there any players here? No, there's no players here. You used to be able to see them as well. Spirit was a thing back in Cataclysm. They had Spirit still, but in Mr. Pandaria they got rid of it. As a healer, you would want to increase your intellect and spirit, because spirit would regain your mana faster. Also, back in this day, the hunter was a mix of melee and ranged. So you've got Raptor Strike.
I can't attack that target.
Which is a strong melee attack that does damage of 5, and that's just auto shot. So you actually don't start with any marksman damage. And obviously this is back in the old days, so your spells didn't just drop down into your spell book or your toolbar. You had to come back here and train it. So you can train track beasts. So every rank you got to train. So we've got aspect of the monkey, chance to dodge by 8%. There's arcane shot, so that's what we want. Hunter's mark, used to place the hunter's mark on them. And serpent sting, this is a proper old school hunter. My very first character was a hunter, so I remember this all clearly. And we'll show you the talents in a bit.